Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hot Joe and the Ranko Show. So, just woke up a little late today, so it's about 8:15 right now. Getting some Joe, waking up. Yowzer, that's good. And hot. All right, Tully's. Focus. There we go. A little Hawaiian blend this morning. Good stuff. All right. I'm running a camera here and a camera over here, so I'm not sure what this camera is actually seeing. So we may or may not use that camera. This will be camera A. All right. So I stayed up too late. Got the bags under the eyes. Still in my pajama pants and wearing my Sweet Kiss t-shirt. All right. So last night, the reason I stayed up too late was I had friends commenting on episode 1 of Hot Joe and the Ranko Show, and I'm going to use first names just so nobody gets upset. I don't know who doesn't want their last name on here, so probably wouldn't care. But my buddy Jamie, I basically said, "What's your morning ritual? What do you do? What do you get?" I said I lay in bed for a little while and then get up and drink a cup of coffee and ready to rock. So here's some of the replies we got. My buddy Jamie says, I'm usually taking a nice, I'm not going to say what he says because it's a little whatever, but and then he said, and the rest of the day is pretty much downhill from there. Jamie's a good buddy of mine. He's absolutely hilarious. And then my buddy Brian answered the Led Zeppelin lyric challenge yesterday. He was first to win that, and he asked me what he won, and I said a lifetime of my friendship. I'm not sure that's a prize, but it'll have to do. And then buddy Josh said, I will not comment what I messaged you privately, but if that's not what your morning ritual is, you're doing it wrong. To which I said, I love you, Josh. All right. So, and then over on my Facebook page, I posted a link to this. And that's part of the reason I stayed up too late last night. There was a bunch of people commenting on that. I was asking for ideas or just, what everybody thought. So my buddy Keith, Zeppelin has been beat to death. Although I love him. Foreigner, ? People just don't write songs like that anymore. I totally agree, is what I commented back. And my buddy Chris, he hadn't been able to catch the show yet, but if you wanted to go deep, Asia. Yes, absolutely. Love Asia. I'm also thinking about doing a nighttime broadcast because like live stream, and let me know if you'd be interested in that, because that way people could actually get on and comment while I'm live streaming. So that might be kind of fun. My friend Stephanie, can we talk about Billy Squier? Sure we can. Absolutely. I think he said what she said. And my friend Jill, yes, where do I listen to this? On YouTube or Facebook. I'll post links for it there. Talk about some of these old guys on the road again. Maybe you already do. Well, this is episode 2 of this format. I have other videos on my channel, but of this format. So I'd like to hear about concerts coming up, your take, etc. All right. So that actually kind of brings up a really good things I was thinking about. So a really good buddy of mine and I have gone to 2 concerts recently that were absolutely fantastic. One with these guys, Kiss, on their farewell tour, which I've seen them on 3 farewell tours, but I think this is the last one. Now, as a musician, do I think Kiss is the greatest band in the world? No. As do I think they're put on the best show in the world? Yes, 100%. The show was unreal. It sounded great. It looked great. The guys, Paul Stanley looks dude looks amazing. I wish I looked as good as he does now when I'm 60 plus years old. They played great. It was phenomenal. It was a great show. In fact, there was a kid sitting next to me and my buddy, and he'd never been to a concert in his life, and his dad brought him to the concert, and I was like, well, I mean, it's, as far as entertainment value, it's going to be downhill from here. I'm going to let you know that. I mean, they pulled out the stops, the just everything about the show. At the end of the show, there was so much confetti coming down that you couldn't even see the stage. It was unbelievable, in these big balloons and streamers, and it was just phenomenal. So I'll tell you why I went to that show. So for me, I have a group of friends that were my elementary school buddies. Todd, James, Buddy, and me were, the four dudes, right? And so we loved Kiss. I mean, loved Kiss. Well, when you're in fourth grade, man, Kiss lyrics are deep. You're like, yeah. They call me Dr. Love, you know what I'm saying? And so for me to go to their final concert was more like a tipping of the hat of, hey, thanks for the entertainment. Thanks for doing it all these years. I'm slumping. I have a bad habit of doing that. Anyway, but it was really a hats off to the guys for all the years of entertainment, and it was absolutely brilliant. So the next show, my same friend, we got tickets for was Iron Maiden, which I initially saw Iron Maiden with my buddy Kevin on the Power Slave tour, and I would have been in, I don't know, 8th grade. It was so loud. Oh, and we caught a drumstick. We got a Nico stick, so that was really, really cool. So I knew they were coming through Nashville, so I was like, I've got to go see this the show, because this is probably going to be, well, it may not be, but it's probably going to be one of their last shows. Excuse me. They were unbelievable. I mean, Bruce Dickinson sounded amazing. Nico McBrain just tearing the drums up. The show value was really good. The audio was really good. My buddy and I had a great time at the show. Did not regret it one bit. I mean, it was fantastic. So to my friend Jill's comment, it's great to see these bands who still have it. Like they're still killing it into their 60s and are really good, because I've seen a few, and I'm not going to name them because I don't like doing that, but there's a few bands that I've seen that were terrible. I mean, and should have hung it up. There's one performer my girlfriend and I were talking about the other day. This dude's been touring forever, and I loved him in college and growing up, and it's like, but it's time to hang it up. It's like, dude, you can't sing anymore. Stop. It's no good. So, with Neil Peart passing, from the drummer for Rush, if you don't know, which if you don't, you may have lived under a rock, but it's awful and it's sad, but they had already kind of hung it up because it was taking its toll on Neil and everything. But I'm glad they went out when they did, because Geddy's voice was still phenomenal, but you could tell it was, I mean, it's hard, right? Playing keys and singing like that. And, probably Alex is the only one that it was less stressful on, because he's only playing foot pedals and guitars, right? He's doing nothing hardly. Right? He's playing foot pedals, playing guitar, whereas Geddy's playing keys and singing and playing bass and playing foot pedals, and Neil's back there playing drums and xylophones and bells, and I mean, it's crazy. Those guys are unbelievable. So that being said, those two concerts, phenomenal. So now this is going to bring up something funny that I've kind of wanted to do. And so we'll probably use this camera because I can see it a little better, but you'll get a glimpse. You probably already maybe got a glimpse with this camera. I don't know. So we're going to go through some albums, right? Check it out. Rick Springfield, Working Class Dog. Come on, seriously, right? Great record. So these are in no particular order. These are just, I kind of grabbed these as I was running in here today. A little Iron Maiden, Live After Death. Great big record. I mean, this is what was cool, man, back in the day, right? So you got these huge, you spend hours looking at this stuff because it's cool, right? It's a little hard to do that with a digital download. Not being an old fuddy-duddy, I'm just telling you, I used to love looking at these records while I was listening to them, right? I mean, come on. Look at that. This is one of my favorite, the Van Halen 1984. What a great cover. I mean, it's phenomenal. Oh, yeah. Now, this is the first record I ever bought, all right? So this is on my this is on my denim record player, right? Oh, yes. I mean, look at that album cover. They're superheroes. It's too cool, man. Right? Love it. Boom. There you go, Keith, Steph. Little Foreigner action coming at you. Check these dudes out. Who are these young kids? Yeah, look at those young guys. Looking good. And that's right, Chris. Coming at you, buddy. A little Asia. And I would be remiss without chucking this one in, which we all love this record, right? Live, exit stage left, Rush. A must have of, AC/DC Back in Black. Come on. And come on, little Purple Rain, Prince. All right. So I absolutely love looking at those old records. They're just great. So I was lazy, and I need to do this real quick. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Bum, bum, bum. I've got my computer open here. Excuse me. All right. Let's see. Let's do a lyric challenge here. Why don't we? Let's try to find something. Doon, 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 doon. Yeah, I want to find something that's. Da, 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 da. Oh my God, there's some funny ones. Well, some of these are going to be too easy. Okay, this one might be good. All right. Okay, here, I got to pull the screen a little closer because it's really small. The text is. All right, here's the lyric. Name the artist. We've known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say it. We've known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say it. All right, who's the artist? It's a good one. That one might take a little time for somebody to get. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so we've done the lyric challenge. So another thing I love is audiobooks. I'm totally into audiobooks because I can't pay attention. Like if I start reading, I either fall asleep or I go, I should be working on my motorcycle or doing whatever else, right? So I got into audiobooks, and man, I was eating up books like crazy because at work I can listen to them and put earbuds in and I can just listen to it while I'm working. So I'm just going to give you some of the ones. Now, there's a ton of motorcycle books. I've done all the Neil Peart books, which are phenomenal. But I like the ones, the biographies that get into like some cool stuff. Like Don't Stop Believing by Jonathan Cain. That was a really good book. Running with the Devil, a backstage pass to the wild times, loud rock, and down and dirty truth behind the making of Van Halen. That's a really good one. I mean, I've read a ton. I'm kind of just looking through my, and I've read some more serious books and stuff, but, and I'm doing, Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos. I like a lot of his stuff. I don't agree with all of it, but, he's super wordy. So you sometimes you're like, I'm not sure what that word means, but you might have to look it up. An excellent book is Grateful American, A Journey from Self to Service by Gary Sinise, Lieutenant Dan. That book is phenomenal, and it's really interesting because it gets into his whole life. Another one is The Way I Heard It by Mike Rowe, who I absolutely love. It's kind of a Paul Harvey, the rest of the story kind of thing. It's great. So Audible is a good way. Like if you just don't have time to read, or for me, like my girlfriend reads all the time, and she's a great reader, and I can be playing Xbox, things exploding, whatever, and she's just over there reading. There's no way I could do that. Impossible. I would be like, no. All right. So we're running long on this show, so I may cut it off here. I had a couple other things I was going to talk about, but I don't want these things to go on too long. I want them to be able to kind of digest it in one listen. So I think that'll do it for today. Thanks for joining me here on Hot Joe and the Ranko Show. And as my pops used to say, you can't soar with the eagles if you hang out with turkeys. Have a great day, everybody. I love you.